So, I'm having an interesting day. But I bit my cheek just now. And I was like, what? And it felt like one of those things like Spirit's trying to get your attention. Pay attention. So, I pulled some cards. And I got the Hermit, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. And the Fool. There was an Eight of Cups with the Seven of Swords. It's walking away from deceit, or walking away from the leaving behind of a lie, or a movement in silence. That's where I'm getting Seeing Panthers. I've been trying to move in silence in a lot of ways. And even when I've talked about things the last couple days, I've been trying to keep things restricted enough, keep my own hopes in check. Maybe that's not what we're supposed to do. Maybe it's supposed to be Fool energy and Nine of Pentacles energy, where we're abundant in ourselves and having this adventure and enjoying the moments for exactly what they are. And talking about it openly. Without fear. Because sometimes I think I get scared that if I get excited about something or appreciate something, then it's not going to work out, but it always does. The way that it's meant to, in divine timing and with divine purpose. And if something doesn't work out, at least not even the first go around, then it wasn't meant to be, or at least not yet. So I'm not going to hold back right now. I'm just going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. Because maybe that will make a difference for somebody. Today, I spent a long time on the phone. I went to work. Okay, first of all, I guess I'll go back to the beginning. I woke up last night, right before bed. My sister told me that I had to drive her to the airport today. It was a request, but, I was going to say no. So I dropped her off at the airport. I stayed up all night pretty much. Dropped her off at the airport around 7:30, and immediately, as soon as they got in, there was some active situation that involved every person in the airport standing perfectly still and not moving. No movement order. And that freaked me the fuck out. And there was nothing I could do. So I ended up going to the gym. I canceled my personal training session for the day because I wasn't going to go. I was going to make it a rest day, but I was worked up enough and worried. So I went to the gym. And, before I even got there, I found out that she was fine. Everything was fine. The movement order was lifted, and she got on her plane. But I was already at the gym. So I did my Monday length run, training for the marathon. I did yoga in a public space, which I always do it in a public space, right? But I had to do it in front of people. At least 7 or 8 people were in that room with me, and I was the only one doing yoga, and I did some really silly shit that normally would have made me feel self-conscious. My sister got me this kombucha, by the way. It's like peach paradise. It's pretty good, and it has this lotus flower thing, which I'm really enjoying. So I did all that stuff, and I was talking to one of the guys that I'm running the marathon with, Thor. Moniker Thor. And he was like, it's so weird to see you out of a uniform. And I was like, I know. But I told him what was going on and what I was feeling that day. And he encouraged me. Because I was like, I might go lift. It depends on how tired I am. And I ended up doing my Wednesday workout because holiday hours have my schedule just fucked. My workout schedule. But I didn't bring my shoes for leg day, so I was capped at the one workout. I couldn't do Thursday because I don't have my Chucks. I didn't have my chucks. So I got all this stuff done. And then I sat down to do my practice test. My boss told me, like, he came up and he shook my hand and he was like, I see you in here every single day, working so hard on these goals. And I went over like my progress with him, and like I gave him a sample of my pre-workout and like it was such a great interaction and validation for all the effort I've been putting in. Sometimes people do go out of their way to recognize you for the effort they see. That felt really good. And it was the first time I wore my baseball cap, my Under Armour hat, and I had my hair like this. I didn't take the hat off, so it was really just bangs visible with glasses, and then the black hat. But I wore that all day, which was also a kind of a leap of faith, a test of insecurity, because I felt self-conscious about wearing the hat in general, and I've never gone in that building without doing my hair. These insecurities, we're not having a problem dealing with them. And I did my practice test. I had to call them and get my extension. They gave me the extension for free, which is fucking amazing because I got the one membership, which is the monthly membership where it comes with a bunch of packages and you don't get charged to take the test over if you fail. But there is a 3-time limit before you get barred for a year. So like you got to hope you get it passed in that first 3 tries. But they did that, and that ended up being a little bit more involved because they sent me this like email where I had to run a system compatibility test, and my Chromebook wasn't up to snuff for the compatibility test, so I had to go home and do my laptop, and that system is compatible with their proctored exam, thank goodness. I made sure like my microphone was allowed, and like, I just had to go through this whole process and make sure all my I's were dotted and my T's were crossed. And like, I'm ready to go. I have my first test scheduled for Monday. And if all goes well, come Monday evening, I will have my CPT. And if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, I'll try again. And again, if I need to. And worst case scenario, I wait a year. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think I'm going to get it. First or second try. I got my highest score ever today. I took the test. The practice exam before I left work. And in the moment, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I was able to emotionally detach from the outcome. Stay cool, do the best that I could, and I got the highest score I've ever gotten. I got this. And even people that I just see passively every day, they see me down in the atrium at that table taking those tests all the time. They've been telling me that they know I can do it too. They don't have all the details. They don't know all the history. But what they do know is they're going to support me. They're going to offer me that validation that they see me and that I'm doing the thing. And the support of a stranger, even an acquaintance, is sometimes so powerful. That sense of community is irreplaceable. That's exactly what I'm working so hard to bring into my world, into the world, for other people too. I'm so lucky.